Hello, folks. Channel day off our live spoilers. The clink of silverware against china, usually a pleasant symphony in an upscale bar like the one Amy Choi had chosen, sounded like a death knell to Johnny DiMera. He had watched Chanel, his beautiful, resilient wife, attempt to weave a tapestry of glamour, a veneer of refined normalcy, for the adoption consultant. It was a performance, a carefully choreographed dance, and he knew, with a sinking feeling, that it was doomed to fail. He knew, of course, that Salem was a minefield. Their lives were a tangled web of betrayal and backstabbing, a legacy of the DiMera name. But he had dared to hope, just a glimmer of hope, that they could carve out a space for themselves, a sanctuary for the child they wanted so desperately to adopt. Then Jada and Gabby burst in, a whirlwind of anger and accusation, their voices echoing through the elegant dining room. EJ, his father, the man he had always fought for, was their target. The air crackled with venom as they leveled accusations of kidnapping and manipulation, the ghost of Arnold Coates looming. Johnny's stomach twisted. He remembered the horror of Arnold, the violation of his mother, Sami. The trauma was seared into his soul, a dark stain on his childhood. And now, this? EJ, denying everything, his voice soft and practiced, but Johnny saw something ugly flash in his eyes. You switched Rafe for Arnold? Johnny's voice was low, strained. He had grown up with Rafe, loved him like a father. The idea that EJ could orchestrate such a cruel deception was almost unbearable. EJ's protests fell on deaf ears. Johnny saw the truth, a cold, hard truth that chilled him to the bone. He had lived with the burden of EJ's past sins, but this felt different, a deeper betrayal. If you lie, if you have anything to do with this, Johnny warned, his voice shaking with suppressed rage, I will never forgive you. Never. And you will never see me, Chanel, or our family again. The words hung in the air, heavy and final. He meant it. Every word was bitter. He looked at Chanel, her face pale, her eyes filled with weary understanding. She knew what this meant. It meant that Salem was closing in again, suffocating them with its poisonous secrets. He thought of the others, Nicole, Eric, Sami, all driven from Salem by a relentless tide of drama and pain. He understood their flight now, their desperate need to escape the oppressive weight of the past. He knew, with a certainty as icy as blood, that he couldn't stay. Not if EJ was guilty. Not if the man who claimed to love him stabbed him in the heart again. Johnny's dream, the dream of making movies, of creating something beautiful and lasting, seemed to shrink and fade in the face of this new betrayal. Salem, the town he had always called home, was turning into a gilded cage where his dreams would wither and die. He pictured himself and Chanel, packing their bags, leaving the only life they had,